meet you during the seminar. Yes, people can. Yes, people eat too during the seminar. People eat during the sermons. Where does all that noise come from that I found were all over trees? Candy, crackers.
Yeah.
What's your definition? So, do I have any ring on tens? Okay. So I go first dibs on readings in the class? Or... Yeah. Huh?
I don't know. Well, for one thing, it's always easier to find the 2 spot. You can get 1 and 3 confused, but you can't ever get 2 confused.
3 is the one on the part that's outside, and that leaves 1 for whatever seat that's...
All right, we are prepared to proceed. Judging by the time, I think this will likely be our last quiz before we break for our seminar and then for dinner. All right, quiz 5 there on your matrix. That means the rest of the teams that have yet to quiz Pennsville, Troy 1, and Colonial Heights, we will see you after supper. All right? All right, everything in place, ready to go? All right, this quiz then is now in session. Question number 1 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: Who abideth not in the house for...
Red 2. Interruption.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to Newark without interruption. It's a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: Who abideth not in the house forever, but who abideth ever?
Yellow 3.
The servant abideth not forever, but the son abideth ever.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question: What is deep?
Yellow 1.
The well is deep.
That is correct. Question number 3 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question: So when they continued asking him, he lifted up...
Red 2. Interruption.
So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, What?
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to Newark without interruption. It's a quotation question worth 10 points. Question: So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. Quote the verse following this one.
Yellow 1.
And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: Who were gone away into the city to buy...
Yellow 2. Interruption.
To buy meat, as recorded in John chapter 4, verse
8. His disciples. He is referring to Jesus.
That is correct. Question number 5 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question, and they which were...
Yellow, 1. Interruption.
And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the Elzevir.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to Troy without interruption. It's a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question, and they which were sent...
Red, 1.
And they which were sent were of the Pharisees?
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question, referring to he that doeth truth, his deeds may be made manifest.
Yellow, 2. Interruption.
His deeds may be made manifest. Why? That they are wrought in God.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a two-part question worth 10 points. Question, you shall see the angels of whom ascending a...
Red, 2. Interruption.
And remaining on who? The angels of God descending and remaining on him. Him referring to the same which God has with the Holy Ghost.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread in Newark without interruption. It's a two-part question worth 10 points. Question, you shall see the angels of whom ascending and descending upon the Son of whom.
Yellow, 1.
The angels of God, the Son of Man.
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question, John bare record that this is whom according...
Yellow, 1. Interruption.
This is who, as recorded in John chapter 1, verse 34. And I saw him by record that this is the Son of God.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a three-part question worth 20 points. Question, unto whom who spoke of the gift of whom.
Yellow, 2.
Jesus spoke unto the woman of Samaria the gift of God.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a cross-reference two-part question worth 20 points. Question, John chapter 2 verse 20 speaks of how many years, and John chapter 8.
Yellow, 2. Interruption.
And John chapter 8 verse 57 speaks of how many years? 40 and 6, 50.
That is correct. Question, Timeout, Troy.
Those are questions ago, right? Okay. Now, key is just keep Good job. All right, now this.
Time in. Question number 11 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question: labor not.
Red 2. Interruption.
Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him hath God the Father sealed.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread in Newark without interruption. It's a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question: labor not for.
Yellow 2.
Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him hath God the Father sealed.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question: John said, I saw what, according to John
Yellow 2. Interruption.
John chapter 1, verse 32. I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and did abode upon him.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a four-part question worth 20 points. Question: the same verse in which who is described as a ruler of whom, he is also described as a man of whom, and what?
Yellow 2. Interruption.
Man of whom, and what is this verse? Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews, a man of the Pharisees. John 3, verse 1.
That is correct. Question. Timeout, Newark.
Is it not? So basically, we just need it. Okay. Have you got yours on notes now?
Time in. Question number 14 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 20 points. Question: concerning that prophet, quote the two questions asked.
Yellow 2.
Art thou that prophet? Why baptizest thou then, if thou be not the Christ, nor Elias, neither that prophet?
That is incorrect. Question number 15 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Question number 15, once again, is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to verses 22 and 23 of John chapter 3, Jesus baptized where?
Yellow 2. Interruption.
And John also was baptizing where? Into the land of Judea, there, in Aenon near to Salem.
That is correct. Vincent, that was your 8th correct question. Let's give him a hand. Timeout, Newark.
What about rereads? Give a live please. You can reread it? Okay. What's the question? I'll have another timeout. Okay. That's it.
Time in. Question number 16 is a three-part question worth 20 points. Question. How, according to John chapter 4, verse 23, shall who worship who?
Red 2. Interruption.
Worship whom? But the hour cometh, and always when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeks such to worship him. John 4:23.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to Newark without interruption. It's a three-part question worth 20 points. Question. How, according to John chapter 4, verse 23, shall who worship whom?
Yellow 1.
The true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For But the hour cometh and now is when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
That is incorrect. Tim, I'm afraid that was your fifth error. Question number 17 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: as found in which verse of study Jesus said, "Who honoreth me?"
John 8:54, it is my Father that honors me.
I'm afraid we have an unauthorized response by red 1. That will be a 5-point foul. And the question will be So I will reread the question. It was not interrupted, so it will be reread in its entirety to the authorized quizzer, who is yellow 1, and yellow 1 alone. You don't have to buzz in again. The 30 seconds will begin as I finish. It's a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: as found in which verse of study, Jesus said, "Who honoreth me?"
John 8, verse 54. It is my Father that honoreth me, of whom you say that he is your God.
That is correct. Question number 18 is a cross-reference 4-part question worth 30 points. Question: concerning Moses, Jesus verily, verily said what, is found in which verse? And concerning Abraham, Jesus verily, verily said what, is found in which verse? Question number 19 is worth 30 points. Question: referring to the priests and Pharisees in verses 26 and 27 of John chapter 1, John answered them saying what? And question number 20 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question: and they bear it. Quote the statement following this one. This quiz is closed. You may now relax. Let's give both these teams a hand. All right, it is, by my watch, almost exactly 3:45. So that concludes our afternoon's quizzing. Let me just share the results with you.
The winner of that quiz was Newark, Delaware. In second place was Caleb with 45 points, and in first place was Vincent with 140 points.
Let's give them a hand. All right, we're going to have a break now. The other sessions are going to be gathering in for our 4 o'clock seminar. That will be followed by an hour lunch break. We will reconvene at 6 and quiz through the remainder of round 1. That is 6 quizzes, so for your sake of planning, that should put us wrapping up by around 9 o'clock or so this evening. All right, so we will begin at 6 o'clock with quiz 6 on your matrix, Chesapeake and Pennsville. All right, so please, those two teams at the very least be here, Chesapeake and Pennsville.